right, awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Grow Your Business Smarter, Live Your Optimal Life TV show. Hi, I'm your host. I'm Dr. Davia Shepherd. And in addition to hosting this TV show, which I personally think is pretty amazing, we also host an outstanding women's group called Ladies Power Lunch. Now, here's the deal, folks. Ladies Power Lunch is an amazing place where women in business, a virtual place, right? Women in business, all kinds of business. We're talking retired women who can share their experience, women who are experts who've been in business for a whole long time. There might be solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, women in corporate life, women who have brick and mortar business, all kinds of women in business, women in nonprofit. You name it, we're all there with one objective, and that is supporting each other so that all our businesses can grow, all our businesses can thrive. Because what we know for sure is that when women's businesses are doing well, the entire community benefits. So I just want to say before we dive into the show that if you're not as yet a member of Ladies Power Launch and you're a woman in business, then come on over, come join us. It's 100% free, and we'd so love to have you. On with the show. On today's show, we have a very special guest. Some of you might know that we just came back from Ladies Power Lunch retreat for spring 2024. So here I am time stamping this one. Generally, we don't like to do that, but we just got back from retreat, folks. And we have somebody here who was on retreat, and we're hoping that we can share her gifts and talents with you and also get some feedback from her about what her experience was on our retreat. Now, many of you might know that we host women's wellness retreats, and our retreats are a little bit different because we like to have them on a premium cruise line. Our retreats are on cruises, that's just how it is, but we have a really good experience. And there's some people who they might not want to go on a cruise ship. They might feel a little uncomfortable with a cruise. They might have never been on a cruise before. And so there's an opportunity both for Marie to share with us who she is and what she does, but also for her to share her experience on the cruise, so that if there's somebody out there who might be a little bit on the fence about coming on retreat with us, I'm sure you'll change your mind after chatting with our dear friend, Marie. So Marie, welcome. Also want to welcome our very special guest, Gail Petrowski, who has just been such a friend to the show over the past months. And we're really excited to have you on the show, Gail. So you came on retreat with us, and I think that was an amazing thing to do. I love to go on retreat with retreat leaders. It's a fun, amazing experience. And there's some folks in our community who love us. They would probably go to the ends of the earth with us, just not on a cruise. And so I would love, Marie, for you to share with said folks your experience on this cruise and kind of allay their fears about cruising. So can you tell us a little bit about, so we went out of our cruise ship that we had for this particular retreat was the Celebrity Reflection, and our cruise port was Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. So I want to start by just getting your feedback. What did you think about Fort Lauderdale? Did you get a chance to do anything early on before you hopped on the cruise ship?
We actually flew in, the day before to make sure that
Hmm.
we were there, and then, because we know how that happens. And then, we went out to dinner, and I had a lobster roll, so it was really great. We just took a walk to this great little, place and went out and did that and just had fun, just, your recruise. I just made up a word.
Recruise, yeah,
Recruise. I might recruise with you again.
I know, right?
That must be an omen. Um, I think that, it was all about, self-care, and so I wanna make sure I was doing that. So just going out early, going with my friend, hanging out with her, getting a lobster roll because you don't get too many lobsters in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and I'm a Cape Cod girl. So, that was just really fun. And then, getting to the cruise ship was very easy, and getting on and off the cruise ship was, I mean, I was amazed at how simple it was. It was just like bing,
Tell me
bang,
a little
boom,
bit
and
about
we're
your
done.
embarkation experience, because I think some people might have this vision of what it used to be like. And we've been hosting retreats on cruises for a long time on different uh, cruise carriers, and we've had different experiences. Talk a little bit about how easy embarkation was.
I mean, it was like in 3 minutes we were on the ship. And, I think what was a little confusing was we didn't really know how to get to the ship, and the hotel that we stayed at was not forthcoming in terms of what they said that they provided transportation there. So I think that's something that people could check in the future, how to get to the actual to the port. And so we ended up buying they had a shuttle service that was a cash-based service we didn't know. So Most people don't carry cash anymore.
I
Um,
know.
I know. So that was, but we figured it out. We made it work. And then we were there in 5 minutes, and the van took us right to the door, and we had our bags. They put the floor that we were on our bags, and then we walked on the ship, and then magically our bags appeared at our door. So it was really easy peasy. And the disembarkation was the same. I mean, it was like in 5 minutes we all met for breakfast at 7, and by 8:15 we were off the ship,
Mm.
and by 8:30 we were practically at the airport getting ready to fly home. It was like, who would think it? I mean, they know how to move people. It was great. I mean, really easy.
That's awesome. Sometimes people might hesitate to get on a cruise ship because they've seen pictures of small quarters. How did you feel about the accommodations, the rooms that you were staying in?
Well, I think a lot of times when we travel, it's not like home, even when you go to Europe, I mean, the rooms are really small and the
Yes.
beds are twin. So, these rooms I think were very comfortable. We had plenty of space. I mean, we had to manage our stuff, but that was kind of half the fun, and had a beautiful closet. The bathroom was great. I mean, the shower even had jets.
The shower. Talk a little bit about the shower because we booked specific types of accommodation for all y'all, and I made sure to get y'all this special shower head. How was that?
Good job, good job. Yeah, it was
Yay!
great. It took me a minute to figure it out, but I was intentional. I said, "I'm figuring this out." So, I'd never I've been in a tub with jets, but not a shower, and I thought that was pretty nice. So anyway, I mean, it was just very, very comfortable. The room was immaculate. It was cleaned every day. The staff was terrific, and we had plenty of space to do our things, hang out. We weren't in the room very much, but it was really great. And we had a beautiful little balcony that we enjoyed, and it was just very comfortable. Yeah.
That's
One of
great.
the amenities that we include as part of our retreat package is access to the Persian garden in the spa, the saunas, the steam rooms, all the, did you enjoy any of those
I did.
amenities?
Yes, because I'm a spa girl. I like
Same.
those things. Yes. I had just had a massage right before. I kind of subscribed to a subscription, for massages, so I had
Hmm.
one right before I left. But I had an acupuncture treatment, and that I was curious because I've been going to physical therapy for a while, and the doctor just zeroed right in on what I was working in. So I said, I'll go for a treatment because that was part of self-care as well. And they have these really fun, they look like a chaise lounge, but they're tiled and they're heated so that you can just lay there and just have a nice little toasty little nap or so. And we enjoyed those. Several of us enjoyed those. I didn't do like a sauna, or I didn't do anything like that, but I think some people in our group did. But I just, was just up there, and it was just lovely to be in the space, and to just watch people enjoying those services, watch people, stretched out on those chaise lounges, and just really taking advantage of
Hmm.
all the comfort that we could have by doing that, and seeing a beautiful expanse of the ocean in front of us was very nice. Yeah.
And just imagine, Marie, how amazing that's going to be when you come with us in the spring when we go to Alaska, lying on those heated lounges and looking at the glacier. I mean, there is nothing I think that's better than that. Let's talk a little bit about dining. So, as part of our package, we offer our retreat attendees the opportunity to experience fine dining in a healthy way. What was your experience with the Blue Restaurant?
Delicious.
So
Really.
healthy can be delicious.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't indulge, because we all had dessert, but I mean, everything was just really, the staff was really great. We went there
Mhm,
for breakfast every day, and we went there for dinner every night with the exception of one night. And even the last day, we all decided that we were going to get up and we were going to all meet as a group for breakfast at 7 a.m. And we did that. And they had lots of different choices, so I mean, you could have something that some people just got a smoothie, and some people got eggs Benedict, and some people got, whatever their poached eggs and toast and delicious bacon, by the way. And the staff was just so nice, and we had fun with them, and they looked forward to us, I think, being there. So, we created community with them, and every time we walked
mhm.
in, we kind of had mostly our same table for dinner. They kind of like saved it for us, and it was just was a very enjoyable experience, and the food was really very good. The first night, I mean, I had filet mignon, and it was like butter, was so good, really was.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
good
And I
choice.
just want to let you know that everything that goes into making those meals is considered from a health perspective. So even though these things are very delicious, they're also very healthy.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I want to dive a little bit into any entertainment that you might have done. Because, yes, we do have retreat programming that takes up some of the time, but a big portion of our time on retreat is time for us to be in self discovery and doing things that are fun for us. Some people think they're going to get on a ship and be absolutely bored in the middle of the ocean. What do you think?
No. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I had not been on a cruise in about 20 years. I had done a lot of cruising prior to that.
Mhm.
And so what you'd get every day, you'd get into your stateroom, you'd get this little newspaper of everything that was going on the ship, and it was like 5 pages long, and I mean, and it was like mice print packed top to bottom with just all the activities and the times and the location of where it was, so you could kind of scour through and see what it was that you wanted to do. So there was a lot of different choices, everything from playing bingo, which I did not do, but I mean, I mean, there was dancing, there was karaoke, there was art shows, there was jewelry shows, there was history shows. I mean, there was everything. And some of the entertainment that was in the theater area, I enjoyed that probably nearly every night. Saw most of it or pieces of it because I love performing arts, and so that was just really fun. So many of us went in and enjoyed those shows. Yeah, every night it was worth going. It was very entertaining. All these young folks singing and dancing, and it was like American Idol on steroids, and even our captain, our captain was quite the musician. They kept saying he's going to be performing at this in this rock band, and we're like, okay, well, he sure did. I mean, guitar, singing, and then the drums, and with this band, and it was really, I mean, everything from Bon Jovi to Led Zeppelin to, I mean, he liked heavy metal. So, I mean, who knew that he was real
I love
Renaissance man? Yeah.
I love that. And I also love how the staff and the officers get involved. I don't know, did you get a chance to see the officers versus guests volleyball tournament?
I didn't see that, but I saw them doing some things down in one of the little dance hall areas where they were doing a dance off kind of thing. So, an
They're
acknowledgement. So I
they're
got to
so
see that.
involved, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's almost like the icing on the cake, that little cherry on top where you really feel like it's a family environment on the ship. I want to ask you about one of the ports that we went to, the the private island that celebrity goes to. How was your experience there?
I love that. I lived in the water as much as I could. So that was just really beautiful. And thank you for the cabana because
Of
that was
course.
lovely. And I would recommend that again because it just was a nice protection area.
Yes.
Um, and we were comfortable. We had a waiter, steward, our officer, I don't know what you want to call him, but he was awesome. And he was there every 5 seconds, seeing if there was anything that we needed, whether it was a towel, a drink, something to eat, anything. I mean, it was just really great. So we were very comfortable there, and the water was beautiful. The beach was beautiful, and it's not often that I get to be in the ocean, and so I took advantage of that a lot that day for sure. Loved it.
I enjoy the ocean so much. So I'm right there with you, lady, right there with you. So that's really, really a great overview of what your experience was. If somebody's watching along with us and they're like on the fence about coming on retreat with us, what would you say to them?
Well, I would encourage because I think for any of us, anytime we go anywhere, life shows up. And I think things show up for us that are the opportunities for transformation. And how we deal with them is where we grow. So, I mean, some people like a lot of people, some people don't like a lot of people. What's nice about a cruise is you could actually go on a cruise and have your own experience totally by yourself and not have to deal with a whole lot of people. Or you could be in the middle of a lot of people dancing, you know. So I think, I just think that there's enough on the cruise itself to be entertained. When you said before, would people be bored? I don't think so, unless that's just something that's what they're used to. And then, of course, what the retreat leaders bring and the conversations and the community that's there. There's wonderful opportunities to connect on a different level because we don't know these people and they don't have our history. We don't know their history. People listen to me talk that know me and are with me all the time. It's like, wah, 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 there she goes. But, we don't have that experience when you're with people that are new. And it's exciting. And to ask them questions about themselves and how they live, I find that very enriching. And I think anytime we're in a retreat or a private little container or bubble, everything that happens inside of that is all for our growth and development. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity to stretch. And we grow through travel, really makes us richer in our spirit, in our life, in our business. And I think it's basically, I'm a retreater. So I think we need to treat ourselves to retreats and then
Treat
retreat.
ourselves to retreats. I
I
love
love
it.
that.
So
I
folks,
love that. And then
you heard it
retreat
here,
again,
folks.
and then
Treat yourself
retreat
to
again.
retreat. It's beautiful. I'm going to put that on a website somewhere. And folks, you can come join us for our Ladies Power Lunch Fall Retreat. We're going to a different island in the Bahamas. This time, we're going to Bimini, and you can get more information about that at growsmarter.com/retreats. So I just want to change gears a little bit and share my top 10 list because I always have a top 10 list. And my top 10 list this week is what are the top 10 reasons why folks should go on a retreat? Gail, why do you think people should go on retreat? Just give me one reason why you think this is an important thing for folks.
I think women, I think women who take care of the world and take care of everyone else. It's an opportunity to give yourself a gift and say yes to yourself, that who I am is special and enough, and I deserve this, and I'm going to go. I'm going to give myself this gift of transformation and self-care, joy and self-love. What could be better? I mean, you need to be able to expedite and level up who you are so that you can be the best version of yourself. And it's such a wonderful opportunity to create that space of away time for you, as well as bonding and support from other women. I mean, women are healers, natural healers. So when we get together, we create something magical. And that's what I would say. I mean, I can't.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Fun fact, yesterday I was talking to one of my patients. She is super mom. She has like 3 kids. She is in a really, really high-powered career. She is one of our Ladies Power Lunch members. And she had just come from vacation and she was exhausted because what happens a lot of the times for us as women in business who have families and we're doing all the things and we're taking care of all the things is when we go on vacation, it's not restful at
No.
all. It's just basically us picking ourselves up from one location to another location where we're still doing all the same things. And so we might be zooming in to make that presentation that we just couldn't reschedule, or we might be checking our phones the whole time and still troubleshooting with phone calls. And we're telling the kids, hey, stop that. You don't do that. You over there. That some of us, we have timeshares. So we're still cooking and we're still cleaning and we're still doing laundry. And that doesn't sound very restful to me.
Not a lot of self-care there.
Not at all. And not to say that vacations that are family vacations or even vacations where we go hang out with our friends or where we're coupling on vacation, that those can't be fun. But there's another sort of vacation that I invite folks to, and that is a vacation that is just for you and that's focused on your personal development, your own self-discovery. What do you folks think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Re-energize, renew, and self-discovery is magical.
So,
Either way, it's just great to like step out of the norm,
Yeah.
yeah,
changing your
Yeah.
environment, changing your vision, changing your
Yeah.
diet, changing your
Yeah.
conversations, waking up in a different place. It adds something.
it
It,
really,
it
really
also, Davia and Marie, clears your head. It helps clear your head of overwhelm and all these thoughts that are always running so that you can just stop, breathe, and be. And remember who you are as a woman in this, not just in this world, but a woman for yourself.
I feel like that dovetails really nicely with my second tip for why we need to go on retreats, which is we need that detox. We need that deep rest. We need some time for relaxation because how many of us wake up in the morning and we're still tired? How many of us, we can't get going unless we get that caffeine jolt? How many of us have a nervous system that's on high alert at all times? Like we need to unplug and detox sometimes. And I feel a retreat offers that opportunity. Also, my thing 3 is the opportunity for transformation. And Gail, I know you have something to say about this.
Well, transformation happens whenever you choose it to happen. So to have a keen awareness and to have other people there who are also of like-mindedness and want to grow and want to learn and want to heal on many different levels. I mean, you know what? I think transformation is the key to living a long life, because if you don't have the longevity or the health that you want, or you're thinking a different thought that may be limiting you in your life, in the way that you show up, When you can open up the door to a different mindset and different thoughts that you're thinking, that transformation will catapult you to have better health, better longevity, clearer thoughts, and be able to really become the best version of who you really are. So I think it's an opportunity.
I love that. My fourth tip for why we need to go on retreats is nurturing connections and making lifelong friendships. And Marie, when we were talking some time ago about just the way that people connected on this retreat, you really seem to think that this was a really good reason for us going on retreat. Any additional thoughts?
Well, I think you curated a lovely group of people, so thank you for that. And then I think everybody was just up for, we knew we were there. We wanted to have conversations. I mean, I love meeting people and hearing about their lives. And so people were very sharing, and as the week went on, people shared more and shared deeper about stuff that they were experiencing in life and their business and what they were doing. And, it just was, we made it a point to be some people for each other that were listening and that had an interest.
Mhm.
And you don't always do that if you just go on a tour someplace. But inside the
That's
space of
true.
retreat, that's part of the intention of retreat. And I think when people go, that's such a bonus that they get when it's not just hopping on a tour bus going to visit places, which is fun too, but it has a different context and
Right.
purpose.
And I absolutely agree with that. And to just segue from what you're talking about, my fifth item on my list is amazing shared experiences. Because, like you said, you can always do something fun. You can go on a tour bus, you can see an amazing part of the world. But how much more amazing is it when you have an outstanding group of folks that you can share it with? I feel like that really, really makes it special. And I want to say to folks who are watching along with us or listening along with us, what are your reasons for going on something like a retreat? What's coming up for you? I invite you to drop that in the chat, let us know. And of course, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review, no matter where you're checking us out. So my thing number 6 is it gives us an opportunity to take time to just be. And I don't think I need to say too much about that because so many of us don't have the time or don't take the time to do that in our regular day-to-day life. You know how they talk about taking time to smell the roses? I want to invite y'all to come take some time and smell the fresh sea air. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. My thing 7 on my list is, and Gail, feel free to weigh in on this one. When we open up this container that we call retreat, the thing that you need to work on the most, the thing that needs to shift the most, the thing that's a challenge for you, it's gonna show up in some way, size, shape, or form and give you the opportunity to shift and change. Marie, you alluded to it before when you said that, you show up and there's an equal and opposite reaction that takes place. What do you think, Gail? How do people benefit from just showing up for a retreat in that retreat container?
I think that when you're in the space of really getting quiet inside and being able to align with who you are, then sometimes the busyness and the noise that you have in your daily life is gone. And you have a different perspective and clarity on what may be some of your stumbling blocks in your life that impede you from getting to the other side. So awareness, keen awareness will start showing up because you now have the time to be able to really look at that. Because if you can't, and what happens on retreat is you're able to vocalize it. You're able to not just think the thoughts, but you're able to verbalize it. So it creates movement in the brain and in the spirit and in the body. So you can move forward because you have now the time to really be. And that's important because most of us are on our treadmill, or the wheel that the mouse goes around, and we don't have time to really think about, are we going up and over the obstacles? Are they coming back? Is there an intrinsic pattern? What's happening? And now you do have the space and time to say, I get it. I now can see what I need to do to better support myself. And you can't do that in daily life when you're not taking that space and time to be.
Beautiful. So in the interest of time, I'm just going to run through the last three things that are on my list, but they're three great things, I promise you. The first thing is fun. Remember that? I'm going
Yes.
to tell you a really, really quick story. I was on an interview, and y'all know I'm never at a loss for words. And there I was on this interview, and the interviewer was asking me, so what do you do for fun? And I was dare caught in the headlights because my life has become work and taking care of children. And for a moment there, I was like, what do I even do for fun? Like, what is that? So it gives us an opportunity, especially with an itinerary, Marie, that's jam-packed with things that you could possibly do. You don't have to do all the things, but you have an opportunity to decide, oh, do I like acupuncture? Do I like the spa? Do I like going to a rock concert? Do I like going to a comedy show? Do I like being on the beach? You have so many opportunities to rediscover what is fun for you. Thing 9, rediscover you. So I feel like those two go hand in hand because sometimes we define ourselves as our business. And guess what, folks? You aren't your business, you're you. And thing 10, discover new places. And our retreats that are coming up right now, coming down the pike, we're of course going back to the Bahamas, but we're going to a different island. So you can find out more about that at growsmarternotharder.com/retreat. Coming up in the spring, we're going to Alaska, and we have some other retreats that are planned. We have a med retreat, we have a retreat plan to go to Iceland. So there are quite a few amazing places that we're going to go discover together. And I invite you to be a part of that. I feel like this was one of the best conversations I've had in a really long time. And I think it's just the energy of who all is here in the group with us. I want to say thank you, Marie, for saying yes to being on our show today. Thank you, Gail, as always, such a great support of everything that we do over here at Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you, everybody watching along with us in the Ladies Power Lunch community. Y'all are so amazing. And again, folks, if you're not a member of Ladies Power Lunch, please come join us. growsmarternotharder.com/Facebook is where you'll find us. Any last words, Marie and Gail?
Marie, I love you. We go way back. We go
do.
way back. I'm thrilled to have you on.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is a great conversation. So, here's what happens when we take great talent, pull it together in service of others is a great thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all on the next show. Bye, everyone.